Hello, everyone. Hope we're all doing well. This is Paul from the Pin Academy. So let's try to identify some areas of interest which you could utilize in your trading in the coming few days. So uh, as usual, we're going to start with the most commonly traded one, which is Euro USD. Now we're going to do top-down analysis. Of course, for us, we start from a monthly time frame, but I've taught you how to start from your own time frame. Monthly, we use it for direction. Weekly, the first structure for people who want to hold for long or to swing. Then we have also daily structure for those who do intraday, who want to identify areas of interest for intraday, right? Area of interest for swinging weekly. Area of interest for intraday, daily time frame. Then entry for daily is H1 and below. Entry for swinging is H4, and you can refine in H1, right? So starting from the monthly time frame, we have spoken about Euro USD. You can watch previous breakdowns. We expected all this push here. We said that we had reached the resistance level, right? And also the time we spoke about it, we said that we wanted the market to drop down to this support level, which we see exactly the market has now reached this area here. Is there going to be a break before and we continue down, or the market is going to bounce off, right? So the direction wise, we expect the market to push down, and it's currently pushing down. The momentum is so downwards. So now let's go to the weekly time frame. What do we observe in the weekly time frame? So when you come to the weekly time frame, we clearly have a market that gave us here a high, higher low, high, higher low, testing this level properly, then a higher high. Then the market came back and gave us a lower high and broke downwards. So we do have a market that has created for us this type of M here. The market has created this M, and it's currently making a long leg downwards, right? And we're approaching this level of support. So if the market can break below this support, it will be an impulse. But if it reacts into this support, there's a possibility of us expecting the market to give us some bit of pullback. So let me just mark this area here. We could use it in the next lower time frame. So we have this neckline area that we expect the market to come back to. And also we are having currently the market approaching a very significant level of support. I'm just going to mark it like this. So we have our resistance level and our support area, right, currently. Now, before I continue any further, we know that this is Euro USD, it's versus the DXY, sorry, the dollar, so meaning we have to look at the DXY. Now, we have spoken about the DXY on a couple of occasions, and we said that we wanted it to give us a retest. Just delete this. To give us a retest, let me just go to daily so that you can see it well. To give us a retest of this red line. We have also spoken about it. Just type in amongst our videos, go to our videos, then search for DXY. You'll see the videos that spoke about it. We wanted the market to consolidate, but also come and retest either this red line or slightly come to this blue level, fail to test the blue level, and then reject it. So currently we have broken out of this zone and we are pushing higher. So you can also see the market is aggressively approaching this resistance level that wanted to approach. But also we have a minor level here that it could react to. Or if the market aggressively reaches this area here, we shall expect some kind of pullback. So as the market heads to this level, the dollar is going to be strong. But when it reaches this level here, we shall expect a pullback, which could make us see that pullback we're speaking about on the Euro USD. Let me just go back to Euro USD here. So this is our Euro USD chart. When you remember, we're still in the weekly time frame. So we have identified this neckline of ours. The area is a bit big, but we shall adjust it as we go to the next lower time frame. And we have the neckline was tested with an improper retest, so there's a possibility the market could come back. So we're currently in our support level. Remember, there are two alternatives. Either the market will come, test these levels here, this area and this area, or the market will break below and make an impulse. This will become an impulse so that we can come and test a region of this area here. That is for those who are trading using the weekly structure, right? So let's identify also the structure for intraday traders. Now, when you come to intraday trading, we can just adjust this so that it is a bit small, like this. So you can see we spoke about this Euro USD when the market made this low, made the lower high. Then we made this low here, retested this point, and now the market has been pushing down. We spoke about it when why we expected the market to come and test this level again, and the market did just that. Now it is breaking, it's pushing lower. Now let's try to identify levels that were not tested in this push, right? So we do have this low here that the market created. It broke down, tested it, and then made a new low. So we have that low and we have this low area here. So closure of price here. Now we have this level that I'm just going to delete this. Now we have this area here on Euro USD that has not been tested. We had the market creating equal highs here, and then we broke down, but we never tested it because it was a very significant level of support. So the market came down, was rejected, again rejected, and reacted again. So meaning that we have this area also to be tested by Euro USD, right? So if the market can change trend from here, which doesn't look likely right now because the market is so aggressive, but we're still in our support area, right? But even if it pushes aggressively, we shall expect it to be coming here. If it breaks below here, it will be coming back here before we can continue down with our push, right? So the structure for daily people, it's this one. You either wait for the market change trend from here to target this level, or in the weekly time frame. In the weekly time frame, we do expect the market either to give us an impulse or to change trend from here to come and retest this level here, as we have seen in the daily time frame, right? So those are the two structures for swingers and intraday. Now let's check how the entry time frames are behaving. Now, when you come to the entry time frame, everything is very clear. Where we had an area, support area, rejected price, false breakout, came back, rejected price, false breakout, improper retest. So also H4 is saying that we have an area that the market has not tested. But now what do we have? How do we determine that? We have a market that created this low here, broke below, tested it. So we have a low, lower low, low. So we expect the market to retest it until it creates a structure that gives us a break of structure or change of trend. Then we can buy up to this area here. But if they didn't do that, the market could easily continue down. So we so far have a low, lower high, low. So we could just have a retest into this area before the market continuing. Unless it comes and fails to take out the low, it could easily continue. So observe how the momentum of testing this low is. You can either continue with the sell, right? Or if the market, the momentum of pushing down is lost and creates double bottoms or creates a low and then aggressively breaks above, then you can look for a buy up to this area. Then use this leg here to look for change of trend, continue down with the sell. So that's our breakdown on Euro USD. It's more so like an update. So let's also look at another pair. We can look at GBP USD since many people also trade it. Now, also we have spoken about GBP USD a couple of times here. We spoke about GBP USD when the market broke below this level here. Again, you can just search about GBP USD. You'll be able to see that we spoke about this. We first said that the market tested this level right here. And we said that when the market broke below this area with this M here, we wanted the market to come back and test this level, which it has done so, right? So it tested, played around a bit, trapped people here, and then now we're aggressively dropping. Now, which area are we interested in here? Let me just clear this so that we can do top-down analysis. Let's first check what the direction is like. So the direction was also, currently we have a market that created a very big rejection, and also the market failed to make a new high by rejecting it from here, right? So now we see the pressure is so down, right? So if the month has just started, but if the month is to close below this lower high here that we had, then we shall just have a retest here and we can continue lower. Now let's go the weekly time frame. When you come the weekly time frame, currently what we observe is that the market is again below this level here. You can see this level here was acting as support here, resistance here, you can see. False breakout, we retested it, so the market failed to take out this high, right? No, so currently, if the week closes, the previous week didn't close below. If this week closes below this area, because we're approaching a support, right? We're approaching this support region. If the market comes here and changes trend, we shall be expecting a retest of this area before we can continue. So I'm also going to mark this support area. Remember, this is the weekly. So I'm just going to mark this support area here that the market is approaching to, this area here. So if the market breaks below, it will be an impulsive move, right? Then we shall be using the Fibonacci. But for this case, we so far have, we are breaking below this level currently because the week is still on. Then we're approaching support level. At support, we're looking for buys. But you don't just buy because the market is at support. No, we need to first wait for change of trend. Also, we have a confluence of this M here with a hidden structure. The market is breaking below, so we shall expect a push to retest. Then maybe we continue to test the untested levels. That's what we see in weekly. Monthly, weekly, speaking the same thing. Now, when you come to daily, that's daily agree. Now, remember, the previous time we spoke about the market testing this level, it came untested. We again spoke about the market testing this level, it came untested. Then I just started with. So currently, this is like a neckline. You can see the market rejected, 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 which is also aligning with the weekly structure that we are talking about. So if the market can come below into this area here, we shall expect the market to come and retest into this area before continuing down, depending on the momentum. Because right now you can see the momentum is purely bearish, right? So let's see how the market behaves here. We can be looking for a reversal here. Now, I always emphasize this. If you know that you're not well conversant with your rules or you've just started trading, please do not trade reversals. Wait for the market to make a weak momentum, and then you could do continuations. Do not trade reversals if you're not well conversant with your rules or you're not confident in them. Okay? I always repeat that in every video because it's one of the things that affects your trading, right? So all the structures are communicating the same thing, but don't forget I've said that if the market breaks this structure aggressively, this will be an impulse, then you can bring in your Fibonacci once an opposite candle comes in and you measure the Fib areas. Currently, we cannot do that because it has not yet broken, right? Now let's check the entry time frame, which is H4. Now H4 here shows us that we do have a market that has created a low, lower high, low, lower high, then a low. So we have also a virgin area that the market needs to retest. So if the market can come with a weak retest to retest this area here, and then you can continue down with it. Are we together? So this is what H4 is also showing. It's agreeing with everything. Also, when you look at the H1 time frame, now H1 also is very, very clear, just agreeing with the time frame that was spoken about, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high with a very weak momentum. Of course, also we have some slight false breakout here that the market could come back and retest. So we have broken this. The market may not stop yet, may come and test that false breakout. So watch how the market approaches into this zone. If you trade retracements, this is for people who have traded for some time. If you're not traded for some time, please, there's no need for you to start looking for change of trend to come and retest here. Wait for it to come and retest here and then look for change of trend with this retest leg and look for continuations. Are we together? So that's for those who trade GBP USD. Let's look for another one. We can look at USD JPY. Now I'm already in this trade here, but I do expect a pullback. So I'm just going to close some of my positions. I'm already in this trade. We looked at it last week, and I told you guys during the news time, we're going to trade the interest rate. And I told you guys that we expect the market to touch this point. The market has touched this point and changed trend. You can see exactly where I took my trade from, just using the concepts that I teach you guys. We spoke about it first breaking above this area, and then we'll look at the momentum. So the market broke. The momentum was lost a bit. Of course, I went into some bit of drawdown, but I was well protected, right? I was well protected. So currently we have broken above. You can see I have a trend line here. Not so much of a big fan. I was just trying to identify this improper test here. Here, the market tested it, but not proper. So I'm expecting the price to come back into this area. So let me just close some bit of positions here. So that I can leave just a few. So just a second. Okay, so now we can continue. Now, I'm expecting a pullback because you can see the market has broken above this level. So I'm expecting the pullback before it continues. But for those who have not done the analysis or are not in the trade, what is our take on it? So let's start again from the monthly time frame. Recall we said if the month closed above this area here, there's a possibility to expect a pullback, right? You can see the month closed above. And so we may expect a slight pullback. Even if they didn't touch here, because we may be having impulses in the next lower time frames, then we continue higher, right? For this time, if the market is to come, I expect it to break above this area. So let's go down to the weekly time frame. Now, in the weekly time frame, what do we observe? Just in the weekly time frame, what do we observe? Weekly time frame, we observe that the market shows that it tested this point here, right? We had a W breaking this previous resistance, became support, resistance. Now we're above it. The market attempted to retest, but this is an improper retest, right? So we need the market to do for us a proper retest because we have a resistance here. Unless we break above the resistance, there are two options, right? Let me just delete this. So we have two options. The market has reached a resistance area where it's playing from here. So personally, I expect the market to do a deeper retest, a proper retest. But if it doesn't happen, right, and the market breaks above, then your first target will be here, right? But this is weekly. So intraday, guys, you can just use this as an advantage for the market to push higher in your favor. But on weekly also, we shall expect to go slightly higher to break these levels like I've mentioned. Now, that's weekly. We're at a resistance, previous neckline. You can see the market pushed down to retest, but this is an improper retest. So we need a proper retest, the market to make a proper retest. So the market has a hidden structure it has given us here. I'll just mark it for you. What is that structure? It is this one here, right? We have a structure here. So instead of the market going all the way down, it could be held by this structure. So you should be careful. Now let's confirm that in the next lower time frame, which is the daily time frame. Let's confirm that, right? So when you come to daily time frame, you can see the structure is here. We had a lot of structures being created here in this period. And then we attempted to make a break, but it was a false breakout. We tested it quite nicely. Then we pushed lower. So currently the price closed above this area. That's why I'm saying we expect either pullback here, because this is daily. So we have a big W, right, with a strong momentum. So we expect the market to retest here or slightly below, come to this neckline here, right? So if you're not in USD JPY, this is why I was saying that I expect the market to come back and retest this point. So I'll just adjust this neckline nicely like this to make it smaller. And also this one, let me adjust it nicely like this, just to make it smaller so that we don't cover a lot of surface. So these are the two alternatives I'm expecting. I'm expecting either to come and retest this blue area or this neckline, then you look for change of trend. Why don't I expect it to come up to down here? Because I can see the market broke this level, retested it. Then again, also you see here the market came and retested this point already. So it could give us a correction just into this area, or make even double bottoms before going up. So we're interested in seeing how the market does the retest. So in the process, as it changes trend, by stopping to make lower lows and lower highs to starting to make higher highs, then that's when you can take your trade, right? So always notice that your first threat will be the high that the market printed. Always should be your first threat, this high that the market printed, right? So when you check H4 is showing us that the momentum upwards was strong, yes, but you can see those who understand the language of candlesticks, there's a possibility the market could give us the pullback that we want. I know this is a big momentum, but you can see small, big, then reduced a bit. So let's wait and see. If the market can change trend, then we can have the pullback either up to this area here, or if it can stop here and then it breaks the range that it will be in, because if it plays here, it will be in a range. So if it breaks above on a retest, you continue to target that high. Or if it breaks below, then we know that we are coming to this neckline, then we can be following how the market moves, right? When it changes that, when the market breaks below, retests and starts making these lows until this area here that we have talked about, then when it changes that, then you can take your trade to a buy until that high. So those who trade USD JPY, we do have that. Let's also talk about GBP JPY. It's more so the same. Let's just look at USD CAD. Because I've looked at the DXY, it is a bit aggressively pushing higher. Also, the USD CAD is doing that. Let's start from the monthly time frame. So starting from the monthly time frame, what do we observe? We do observe an impulse here. So as long as the market does not break the golden ratio, we are still bullish. You can clearly see the market attempted a false breakout, tested it properly. So I'm expecting a continuation upwards. So USD CAD, I'm only looking for bulls, but we have a slight threat here, this neckline here, which is a resistance. So now let's check weekly. Now, when you come to weekly, of course, also let's mark the highest point. We know the market may continue, but we have that highest point threat. So we have this false breakout and a proper retest. But when you look at weekly, we can clearly observe that what do we have? We have the market that created an M, low, lower high, low. So what are we expecting? A retest of this area here. The market already retraced to make that, but we could expect more retracement into this area. Let me just mark it. At least the market should give us more retracement into this area here, right? So let's go down to the daily time frame and we observe. Now, when you observe the daily time frame, the area exactly we're talking about is in this region here. Let me just mark it, that we expect the market to come back to Y, because the market has printed a W and we are pushing higher, unless we push aggressively high. But if the market can stop within these regions here, as it is pushing higher, we want to look for a change of trend to come and retest this point here. Then we can continue higher. Remember, the direction is upwards unless otherwise, right? So you can clearly see everything is upwards, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Of course, we have some bit of like a false breakout. That's why I'm saying that the market could either come to test this neckline or even this red zone before we can continue upwards. Now, what is very key is I want you guys to observe how the market approaches those levels. So this is a resistance, but of course we have some higher resistance level here that the market did not test here. So let's observe how the market plays in this area as it stretches. So when it changes trend, then we can have a retest of the neckline or even up to this red level here. And we shall be interested in how the market is retracing. When it changes trend, then we are upwards. Are we together? It can be in this red slab or in this neckline area, right? So where do we observe change of trend from? Our change of trend is going to be in H4. Now, you can clearly see that DXY is still pushing upwards. So that's why you see the market is still making uptrend high, broke this high here, came retested it. So we're making higher highs. So until the market does that, we shall still remain in making higher highs. So we shall expect a pullback and we reach here. Until the market stops making this and maybe changes trend by making maybe a structure, then you can start looking for a sell to push down or to this area here. Then also you can use this same push downwards to look for the push higher. That's how we identify change of trend. We have already spoken about this in a couple of videos. I hope it will make sense for you. So just for the purpose of just a reason of not making the video so long, other breakdowns, you can check them on our social media handles. The links are just in the description. Strictly use the details in the description, right? We shall not sell you anything. We don't sell indicators, what. We don't do all that, right? And we shall never text you to tell you anything and all that, right? So this is how you identify areas of interest. I really hope it makes much more sense to you guys. And in case you have any question, you can just leave it in the comment section and the team will be able to respond to you. Have a profitable week ahead.